pop along and show you what I'm doing. Actually, I just thought I'd turn the camera on, not the webcam, because for some reason that will not focus at all today. I have no idea what's happening with that, but I thought I'd just show you some of the bits I've been making with the clusters that I've made. So basically I've just made these kind of just, you know, really simple little notebooks, and I've popped clusters on the front of these two. These ones I made a little bit differently. I actually collaged straight onto the front of the books. So I don't know if you can, please focus. So I've made these little notebooks ready to go into journals. I'm kind of being a bit gaily today, trying to make some things so they're ready to go, because I never do have things ready to go. This one was a cluster, but because the book is quite large, I've just made a little backing for that, and I've popped a little label there, and again that's a little notebook, and I think we'll make one of those in a minute. These tags, what I've been trying to do is all of the odd cardstock I've got, I'm just cutting into tag shapes. So they're all different sizes and kind of shapes. They are tag shaped, but they're all different. And this one I've just popped a little cluster on the bottom there. And this one, done a little bit of stamping and popped a cluster there. And I'm just going to add a little thing to this one first of all, because the staple is showing and there's a couple of holes. And then this teeny weeny one is one of the little tiny tags I've got, and I've just made a teeny cluster to go on there. So I think I'm going to start just by adding a little something to this one. It doesn't have to be a very big something. I'm going to cut this down a little bit, I think. Oh, I heard a car. Hopefully it's not somebody coming here. And another car door. Hopefully, fingers crossed, the door's not going to go. So I'm just going to stick this on top. You can use little flowers or buttons or any little embellishment to cover these staples up. Pants. I'm having a bit of a hard time with my stapler. It doesn't like stapling much, so I think I'm going to have to put one on my list, on my little Amazon list. Okay, so a couple of the pieces of card that I've cut into tags. I've got a couple of different there's different sizes and shapes. I think I might do this one. So kind of have a little look for a stamp to use on here. Let's have a think. I suppose first we should pick a cluster so we know what kind of stamp would work. That might look quite nice. Quite like those. Quite like that one too. That's nice. That's nice. I like that, but then we might not have room for a stamp. That's quite good as well, isn't it? Yep, I like that one. I'm not sure whether to go for, I quite like this smaller one on here. Yeah, I think I'm going to go for those two. So what I'm going to do is this one, I'm definitely going to use maybe Tim Holtz flower stamp. So, oops, put my little drawer away. Yeah. I'm just using Vintage Photo Distress ink on here. No, I'm not fussy if it goes over the bottom a little bit, and I'm not worried if it doesn't stamp everywhere. And I think I will use that that one would go in that space quite nicely, so I'm going to use this one. I'm just going to turn this on its side a little bit so I can get in those gaps. Perfect. So that's going to look cute, isn't it? I'm just going to give that a second to dry while I move these stamps aside and grab. I've sorted my drawer out and now I'm just wrecking my drawer looking for stamps. I think I'm just going to go for some typeface on here. Will be fine. I'll leave that on top because it needs a bit of a clean. So I'm just gonna, once you've got the clusters made, you know, it's so quick to make tags, and pockets as well would be a good one. Put your little cluster onto a very plain card pocket, maybe stitch around, would look pretty good. I might do some of those actually. See how we go. Right, so put that one there and that one there. I think they're fine. So yeah, once you've got your clusters made, making ephemera, you know, for these clusters to go on is really, really quick. Really quick. I'm just going to put that there. And I like the fact these bits are all kind of, you know, they're not all glued down and completely flat against the tag. I'm also gonna pop a little reinforcer on here, and I'll show you how I like to do mine. Cool. Cool. Right, I think for the, let's have a little look at this. This is I think it's an end piece of a slightly green sheet of paper I've got. Okay, so what I do is I take my little circle punch. I have got, oh, it's not in this drawer. I have got the We Are Memories Keeper punch that actually punches the holes, but I just lose those and then I find it really difficult to get the hole in the middle. So I'm just going to cut my little circle, punch my little circle, and just ink that a little bit. This is great if you're using a designer cardstock or something like that. I'm going to glue the other side. I just find this a lot easier than trying lining up the holes. I'm having Fabri-Tac issues. Oh, I watched a video from Gayle this morning where she used her nail varnish remover to just kind of thin out her Fabri-Tac, so I think I'm going to go and have a little go at that after this video. I should have done it before really, because it's a little bit on the clunky side. So once I've stuck my little circle in place, then I'll go in and punch my hole, and it doesn't matter if the hole is not perfect because the holes will both match up. So that's two little tags made with the clusters, very quick. And now I'm gonna just make one of those little notebooks. I've got my box of clusters down there. Now these pieces of card were I haven't got them on my desk, but I've made some little file folders using these. They're fairly lightweight folders. They're not, I'm struggling to find the manila ones, so it's just a, you know, just the cut off of a folder, and these ones were the cut offs from the bottom, I think. Yeah, so this was the folder and this was the cut off strip at the side. Excuse me, I'm going to sneeze. Sorry. Okay, so I have an absolute ton of old diary pages, which I either need to get rid of or use. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to pull out one of the signatures of this diary, old diary. I'm going to measure across, and I want my pages to be 9 centimetres wide. So I've probably got a few too many pages in this to go through my cutter. I hope this is in focus. Now I've brought something into shot, so I'm going to go, I'm actually going to cut off that edge first. I didn't do this in the last one, I wish I had, just to get rid of those, that little margin. And then I'm going to go 9 centimetres wide, and I'm going to go 13 centimetres in length. There we go. I've moved the cat's cushion so I can put my thing there. Now there's just a few little pages here, there's not hundreds. If I was, you know, I might cut a few more if I was doing this off camera. And I'm just going to try and put a couple of staples in there. The reason I'm putting the staples in here is because 9 times out of 10 it doesn't staple particularly well. So this kind of covers up the hole, the staples, or the holes that I might make if the staples don't go in correctly. Now we all have little strips of this, don't we? Where we've cut off pages. And I'm just going to fold this over and make a little strip. And obviously this has been tea stained, so it's a little bit warped. They're not exactly flush and square. Pop this over the edge. I'm going to cut that little bit out. I mean, basically you're just crafting along with me. This is certainly not a tutorial because, you know, people like Wendy have done little notebooks like this, and Crafty Sabby. These would look awesome, you know, little clusters on the front of Sabrina, is it Sabrina? Oh, Crafty Sabby. Oh, what's her name? I'm so rubbish. I don't really remember my children's names, so please don't be offended that I don't remember everybody's name. Oh, I'm sure it's Sabrina. Everybody knows Crafty Sabby. She's amazing. Actually, I wonder if, oh no, probably not. I was going to see if I had YouTube up, but I haven't because I had the webcam on, so I closed it down. Okay, so I'm just going to glue this in place so it covers up those staples and looks a little bit prettier. So, I mean, you know, it would be just as lovely to sew these, to sew along here. Okay, so what I'm going to do is just, I'm not going to ink the back, I'll do that off camera because I'm sure you don't want to watch me ink a ton. But this is obviously the one we're going to work on. So, so we've got our little booklet made, and I'm just going to glue this whole page into the back of this booklet. And the good thing about this is, you know, this is a fairly lightweight folder, but having this actually glued into the back cover and having the cluster glued onto the front cover does kind of firm it up a little bit so it doesn't feel so flimsy. Just line that up, give it a push down. So there we have, you know, and there is actually quite a bit of room in here. I could have put more pages in if I'd cut them, but this is obviously for demonstration purposes. So this is my box of clusters, and in here I also have all the numbers that I use to pull out. Oh, that's to pull out when I do one of my little challenges on my Facebook group. So I need something reasonably big to go in here. I think that's probably the biggest one I have left. reorganise. These were really neat in my little box before I started this. There's more of my numbers. Like, that just proves that I do actually do a drawer, a proper drawer, even though I haven't actually filmed one as yet. Okay, so I'm just going to pull out a piece of music paper. How wide do I want it? Probably to the edge. And this is just to fill out some of that, this cover, because the snippet is quite, or the cluster is reasonably small, so I don't want to make anything, I don't want it too small because then the cover will look a little bit out of place. But again, these would make, you know, fantastic easy little notebooks to just pop into, I don't know, your handbag if you wanted to go somewhere just to make, you know, you might want to do a couple of little notes. They'd be great for a little shopping list, or you can pop them into your journals. They've got so many kind of uses, these little notebooky things. And there are a lot of DVDs. There are a lot of DVDs out there. No, there are a lot of tutorials and videos and things on YouTube with people making much more kind of elaborate ones than I am right now. Okay, what do I need? Pop a little piece of cheesecloth on here. Actually, I've got a bit left over from the last one. I think I might use this up, I think. So, you know me, what I do when I'm using cheesecloth is I actually lay the cheesecloth down and then glue down whatever I want on top of it. 9 times out of 10 I find it a much easier way of gluing my cheesecloth into place. Just make sure that's gonna, yeah. And then what I'll do is I'll cut off the pieces that I don't actually want of the cheesecloth. I hope this is in focus, and I do hope I'm in frame. Yeah, it's a bit dingy here, so the lighting is not fantastic. I'm kind of hoping that's why the webcam, because I've only used it like 3 times and now it's not focusing. So me and technology never have been friends. I'm just going to snip that piece off. I think I'm going to maybe snip that a little bit off there. Now I think I'm going to use one of these longer labels just to fill out the bottom. I think I watched a video of Wendy this morning and she said it's what was it, seat of your pants crafting, so I think that's probably what I'm doing right now. I mean, this is what I'd be doing anyway this morning. This is what I am doing, trying to get some ephemera made. The only difference is now somebody might be listening to me rather than me talking to myself. I do have to do a Happy Mail video. It's one of those things that I just have not gotten around to, but I had some amazing Happy Mail from my very good friend Elaine, and also from the marvellous Stephen. Some gorgeous papers which I really want to use, so I do need to do a little video, which I hopefully will do shortly. I'm not 100% keen on that staple on here, unfortunately. Let's see what let me see what I've got I can cover it up with. These might be a bit big. Yeah, they kind of cover up the hole. What have I got? I'm just trying to flip through my drawers. I won't keep you too long if I can't find anything reasonable. Oh, okay. Oh, I was going to say, if I can't find anything reasonably quickly, I'll do it off camera and call it a day. Well, call it, you know. So I've got a bit better. And these are just my little tea cards that I've printed out, teeny weeny. Yeah, like that one. We go for that. I think they're 50% for anybody who has my digital tea cards. So this size are 50%. Here we go. I think most of my videos are either shaking glue or inking. Oh dear, sounds like the cat might be awake. That's covered up a little bit of the rhino stamp, but I'm good with that. You can still see a bit of the stamp, that's quite nice. That's better. Cover up that staple. So there we go. So that is a very quick and easy way of making ephemera using your little clusters. Or if you haven't made clusters, you know, you can just literally collage onto the front, which I really like. So thank you for joining me, and I will maybe be back today with the Happy Mail video, although I'm desperately trying to finish a journal at the minute. Needed some ephemera to go in it. Obviously this won't all go in it because it will be a bit too bulky, but some of it will be. I might be back with the file folders that I want to show you, but I will be back, I promise. I will see you all soon. Thanks for watching and have a great day.